We're here at Lola's Landing and at the Mermaid Market, and we're with Lynn, the Hammock Diva, and this is her hammock. There's Lynn.
It's now 22 years. It's never been brought in. I leave it out, and on my website you can actually see it. I pulled it out at Christmas time, put it out the front of the house. I flipped it because it was full of snow and ice, and you can actually see on the website the ice and the snow hanging down. I take a real close-up on it because it's been underneath trees for 20 years. It looks like moss. The moss is actually grown into
Oh
it.
wow,
Very
that
soft,
looks
right?
cool.
I rolled up a snow lady, and she had to be 110 pounds. She didn't tell Sallans.
This is Lynn Sallans, and how long have you been making hammocks?
About 22 years.
22 years.
Yeah.
So what are we working on here?
I'm making a nylon swing for Lindsay
Oh,
Yes.
awesome.
because she didn't want her blue and white one. She's changed into an all blue one.
Oh, I see. So the swings cost how much?
This one is 145.
145. So it's like this.
Yeah.
It's going to be this big.
Yeah. No, this is a swing.
Oh, this is a
but it's
swing.
about the same amount of material.
Oh,
It's
I
not the
see.
size. It's the amount of rope.
So that's 145 right there. And it's the same amount of material. So are you going to be here all week, Lynn?
Maybe. I don't know. It's hit or miss for me. Depends if it's raining or not. If it's nice,
But the
probably.
clients can find Facebook, right?
Yes, they can. Hammock Diva.
Hammock Diva.
Yeah, and hammockdiva@gmail.com.
Hammockdiva@gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
How long does it take you to make us the swing?
Well, rope time. My machines make my rope at about 3 feet a minute. And in a swing is about 450 feet of rope. So, and then about 2.5 hours actual making time to put what I'm doing here. I have the other part, the harness, the top part on the side of the building. So I'm going to actually finish this today.
Oh, wow.
But that doesn't include making your wood boards.
Right.
Because you have to rip and strip and drill and countersink and oil your wood too. So,
And I heard you say to the client there that it lasts forever.
this rope, when they stress tested it, it didn't stretch until it got to 1,000 pounds and it never broke. And it's oil-based nylon, so it lasts a very, very long time. So long, I think they recycle it.
Oh, wow.
I actually had some recycled nylon that I made. There was a company that was trying it, and it went well, but a little more expensive. It was more expensive to buy the recycled nylon than it was to buy the new. So,
Yeah, exactly.
unfortunately, but I do know they do recycle it.
Do you do workshops too? Did I hear about this?
No, I have. I've done a lot of workshops. The problem is it takes about 10 hours to train somebody how to do a hammock.
I see.
And a lot of people don't want a whole day. Like it's a long
Right.
product. Even a net hammock just to do the basics.
Right.
And after about 4 hours, they're nowhere near finishing their hammock and they get frustrated.
Right.
You know,
So
it's-
could you do like a 10-hour session? An
Um,
hour?
the problem with that is you have to repeat it. Everything I teach you, I can take 10 hours to show you how to do everything, but if you don't repeat it 4 or 5 times, you're going to forget because there's a lot of lefts and rights and ups and downs and mirror images
Right.
when you do it. So just getting taught. So I always told people if you'd like to learn how to do a hammock, I'll teach you how to do a hammock, but you have to make 4 for me.
Wow.
So there's no cost to learning how to make a hammock. I'll supply the rope, I'll supply all the goodies. I'll teach you how to do it, but you have to stick around and make me 4. You have to give me
Exactly.
10 hours, because that's about,
Exactly.
I would get 4-hour hammocks done in 10 hours. So it's a swap of labor.
Right.
And then by the time you're done, you'll never forget,
Exactly.
because you've done more than one.
Exactly.
Right? So that's a way to learn how to make a hammock and not cost anything. And then you get to take one of your hammocks that you've made at cost.
Right.
So whatever the materials cost. You make it yourself, but you just pay the cost of it.
So what
Nobody
kind
wants
of
to learn how to
knot?
make hammocks.
Yeah, exactly. It's labor intensive, right?
There's bowline knots, there's swordfish knots. You have to know your difference between a granny knot and a reef knot, because granny knots are no good. What else is there? There's you do a Turk's head on a swing. So a lot of it is macrame,
Yes.
and you do learn a lot of stuff. But once you start playing with rope, you tend to like it if you like it.
Yes.
And you'll find other things like me. You'll make little anchors, and you'll make monkey's fists.
I
and you'll
love
make
it. It's very
dragonfly
meditative,
and
right?
whatever. Absolutely.
I make I started making wall art macrame, and it's just simple knots because I know it is labor intensive if you're doing a workshop. So and you're right, they're not interested after a while.
Something like this, I don't know, you don't notice what I'm doing, but there's a certain amount of meshes, so that if I miss one, so I'm actually counting, although you don't know it, I'm counting to make sure that I never miss a mesh. I missed one back here, there would be a monster hole in my hammock that would be totally unrepairable, and the only way to get it out
start
is
over.
to weave backwards.
Oh my.
What I'm doing here, putting in every row, you have to unweave back to your mistake. So when you're training somebody, they do as much unweaving as they do weaving, because they don't count. They'll forget.
Right.
They'll be talking, they'll get confident, and then all of a sudden they forget to count.
They miss one. Oh,
And if you
boy.
miss one, it's extremely noticeable. You can't miss one.
It's dangerous too.
No, yeah, but it really makes a big hole. It's totally, there's no missing it. So when you're learning, you have to not get frustrated quickly, because you might have to undo your hammock 5 times before you finally get through 40 rows without making a mistake. And I say I count. I never count anymore. I never.
Well, for you,
when I first
it's
started. That's the same thing as
after 22 years. It's
that's the
just
same
a
thing
rhythm,
as being
right?
barefoot. You
Yeah.
should never be barefoot. If you're looking at this, don't do what I'm doing. Because
Never
if you
be
drop
barefoot.
this shuttle on your toe, you're going to
Oh.
break it. Not the shuttle.
Are you
Not
speaking
the
from experience?
I wouldn't train you. You wouldn't be able to show up with open-toed shoes. That's all I know. And because you work with rope, what ends up happening is you get hot spots very quickly within your first hammock. So you'll end up with duct tape band-aids all over your fingers.
Yes.
Because just doing what I'm doing, just this back and forth motion,
Right.
although it looks really easy because I'm doing it, but my hands are used to it.
Exactly.
So you don't even notice it. But anyone else would have a
We'll have a
burn.
callus and
No, it turns into a red sore spot that turns into a blister.
like a blister,
Like
first.
a heel blister.
But now you're all like toughened up, right?
I am, yeah. I am. But if somebody new playing with this, anyone that I've trained, before their 10 hours is up, they will have duct tape everywhere that the rope touches them, because it'll burn to a blister spot, and if they don't, it'll break, and then they've got a real sore spot. But you will toughen up. The skin does toughen up after doing it for a while. Now, if I was actually doing with a full hammock, the weight of your shuttle, although you can't tell by looking at it, is about the weight of a cinder block. Because your hammock is 9 pounds.
Oh,
If
wow.
I was to send my hammock away on the thing, it's 9 pounds. So that's what
Right.
you're looking at. Not everybody can do it. I've trained people that just can't. The wrists can't hold the weight, or their fingers. They,
Yeah, and I think after a while, if you had wrist problems, just
Yes.
start to ache, and
well, there is a way to alleviate that.
the way you hold.
No, it's
no?
shaking all your tendons down. What I have done for years, because I've been doing this for years, is after a while, like even now, because things start to stiffen up, you just shake it back down. All those tendons that get pulled tight. Carpal tunnel, that's the guy. You just shake your hands back down. And that's how you avoid pulled tendons in your wrists.
And
Well, that's
also,
how I
yours
did
is
it.
probably strengthened for doing so long, right? Look at those muscles. That's how you stay nice
For an
and
old
young.
girl. For an old girl, yeah. For an old girl.
It's like a workout.
No, it's like a meditation.
It is like a meditation.
When you're doing a hammock, now swing's a little short, you can't do it, but you do the hammock shuffle.
The hammock shuffle.
No, I enjoy it, even though I've been doing it a long time. It's anything, it's a repetitive action that you can just not really pay attention to.
Right.
I am the least stressful person you'll ever meet.
Yeah, you're pretty awesome. And you know a lot of things too, Lynn.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
We're going to post this on
thank
YouTube
you for
soon.
Yeah, I'm scared to have a look. I don't know what you're doing here. I shouldn't even, I was going to say, I just had my hair up there. There.
Thank you so much. You have a good day.
Yeah, you have a good day too.
Bye. Can you try that out, buddy? Let's see. Cool. Can you do a switch? Awesome.